All righty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into some TA. All right, guys, we're going to keep this one short, and I am just going to point out, guys, do not expect much today. Or I guess I'll preface the video by saying do not expect much today. We are in a chop fest, and I don't see a reason to really look for too much out of today. Let's just look at it this way, right? We're going to keep it real simple here. All right. Get above 488.44. Look for a retest of 490.73. All right. You're bouncing on this golden pocket coming from here up to here. All right. You're clearly finding buyers down there. But, you know, again, we're just chopping it up down here. You're not really getting much of anything. So do not expect much right now. I'm really just going to say line in the sand, 483. Don't hold 483. We're coming down to 480.38. That's it. Now, just a reminder, going into this week, we were looking for, a potential retest down here of this 478.83 to 480.38 zone. VIX, we'll skip over to Mr. VIX here. You are currently down on the day. All right. You back tested this uptrend right here. But I'm going to remind everyone what we pointed out in the weekly update. If you pull back into here, you're going to be above it. All right. And we typically do get these bullish reactions when price gets above the daily 9 and then pulls back into it. So I'm going to be looking for that. Now, 15-minute time frame, we had that bearish divergence going on. We've kind of seen this 15-minute RSI reset here. But, you know, that was giving us the setup for this bounce over here. All right. So we did end up, we got a decent sized bounce over there. But I'm just saying, VIX now looks like it can spike back up. I just pointed out on the daily time frame, if it pulls back a little more, it's just going to back test the daily 9. This thing is probably going to be continuing higher. I'm just putting it out there. I don't think we immediately just start moving up on these indices just yet. So that's definitely something I want to, I want everybody to keep in mind. I'm going to hammer home here is we're still just in this consolidation range, okay, or this range of consolidation, I guess we'll call it. There's no reason to really look for much. You see right here, you see how this is the golden pocket for that move down there. Well, you know what? If you happen to, we're going to put it right there, actually. If you happen to get above 491.75, then you're probably taking out this and we're probably heading up here. But, until we really see these things resolve themselves, we are just stuck. All right. So just a friendly reminder from your boy, Henry James. Okay. Support is going to be 485.54. Then underneath that, we'll just use the 15-minute time frame for this. Underneath that, we are going to have 483.85, which is also in this golden pocket here, stemming from, this whole move right here. I'm still just going to say it is best to just watch. Okay, just watch to see if 483 holds, because if 483 doesn't hold and price gets underneath there, you're just coming down here. And then you actually have something to go off of. But right now, I'm still thinking price is going to get down here, so I'm not really too interested in going long in here. On the 15-minute RSI, it's kind of just sitting down in the middle. We don't have an edge right now. All right, that's how I'm looking at it. No matter what your system is, in terms of swing trading, you have absolutely no edge right now. Nobody can really tell me otherwise. If you're trying to buy it long, you have absolutely no edge. Okay, you come over here, SPY, just a reminder of what we talked about in the weekly update. A move down here, 560.81 to 565.16. If we tested, expect buyers down there. It's a major break and retest, but yeah, we're still probably going to test it. I doubt you are going to get back up here without, at least coming back down here and test that daily 9. That is something that we usually see tested, but it could happen. I'm just thinking we get more of this, pullback and consolidation type of action. But that's just me. That's just me personally. We'll look here on the 15-minute time frame. How are things looking, guys? You did just break down from that uptrend. You hit it with the break and retest, and it does look like you come down, target these lows here, and if you take them out, you're coming down here, which means you're probably coming down here, 568.91. You take a golden pocket from there to there. Okay, the retracement, it's going to be right there at 568.91. So that's why I say if you take out these lows over here, you probably are just going to come straight down here. And at that point, the 15-minute RSI is going to be oversold. And then I'm going to say downside is limited. And we probably do get at least a dead cat bounce. And maybe it looks something like this. All right. Or, we just get a quick reaction down there. I don't know. And you come back up here. And maybe that's not all she wrote. And maybe then you want to slice back down under here. I have absolutely no idea how things are going to play out. But I definitely can point out, you know, some potential, some possibilities here for path, the path of price. Okay, support is 570.42, 569.89, but you know, this level is kind of irrelevant in my personal opinion. If you break down here, you're probably coming down here. All right, so we'll just take that off. Underneath 570.42, you're coming down to 568.91. Underneath there, we have 567.60. Now, what's going to tell you you're coming down here if you cannot hold 567.20? If you come down and you don't find buyers around here, which we probably are with how things are setting up, I'm just pointing out right now, 15-minute RSI will be in oversold territory. Price gets all the way down here, which sets us up for a bounce. And we probably do see something like that. I have to assume it's probably going to be sold. And we somehow end up back down here because, you know, at the end of the day, it's very obvious here. All right. It's a big spot. If you pull into, we expect buyers. But, you know, it's kind of just that structure that very likely will be tested. We just see it a lot, guys. You know, things don't go straight up. They don't go straight down. This makes perfect sense. It doesn't have to happen, but it makes perfect sense. And again, with what I just pointed out on VIX, you know, pull back, get buyers stepping in. That goes higher. SPY goes lower. That is how that would look. Okay. IWM, how are we looking, guys? How are we looking? We're going to come down to the 15-minute time frame. And I am actually just going to come over here to RTY, and I'm going to point out this thing. Don't mind all the lines, but this thing definitely pushed straight up, and you had your 15-minute RSI sitting in overbought territory, which I'm looking at this thing. I'm like, this thing's getting ready for a big move. I want to short it. I didn't want to short it, though, because, you know, we're in a freaking clown market. Trap market, we'll call it. All right. And this is why, you know, I was telling the Discord, I'm walking away. All right. I'm walking away and waiting for one of my alerts to be hit because I have no desire to sit here trading this crap. All right. Again, no edge. And this is what I'm talking about. You just have an absolute crap ton of going absolutely nowhere for a whole hour here. At some point, it's going to break above here. And then you're going to see this move up here. And then you probably come up here because, you know, you come up here to the hourly time frame. That move down to here, retracement, 0.618 fib. It's going to be right there at 2287 resistance. So, you know, if you test up here, if you come up here, you're probably coming up here. That's what I'm saying. That. So, you know, if you can break above right here, 223350, all right, above 22,334, all right, or 2234. I said that wrong. You're probably going to have that move. That's a 50-point move. All right, so that's what I want to be here for. Or I want to see things flush back down underneath these lows here. Get, you know, back into oversold territory, and then we will we'll talk about it. But, you know, you take this move right here, and what do we have, guys? Where did price start catching a bit? In the golden pocket. All right, you kept holding your golden pocket down here. All right, so you know, either you're going to come down here, undercut this low, maybe put in a 15-minute bullish divergence there, and, you know, over on here in QQ, that would just put it in oversold territory. We bounce back from oversold territory. You know, either we're going to do that, we're going to come lower, or we're going to, you know, get above right here and come all the way up here. So I say, don't expect much from where we are right now. There's absolutely no edge here, in my personal opinion, and that's how I'm seeing it. That is exactly how I'm seeing it. Now, coming back over here to IWM, I know we went a little off course there. Support is going to be 220.02, but you're really just watching this golden pocket down here. That's where you got bought up this morning. All right, so watch, you know, rather than 220.02, yes, you're getting reactions off that level, but, you know, you test that, you're probably going to test the golden pocket again. So watch 219.50. Okay, if you can't hold 218.60, you're coming down to 217.55 with all likelihood. Above 221, you know what? We're going to change these levels. All right, above today's high, you're coming up to the other day's high. Above 221.58, you're coming up to Friday's high, which is up at 222.60. And then you're watching 223.11. All right, so that is that. DIA, how we looking, guys? Well, we had a candlestick that suggested we were probably going to be pulling back in the immediate short term there. What happened? We ended up pulling back. You're now above that daily 9. But again, you know, just like SPY, it looks very, you know, it would look amazing if you came back for the retest. DIA would also look amazing if you came back for the retest. All right, come back into the zone, and we will like it very much. All right, very much. But, you know, 416.55, that is actually the last breakout level. So maybe we see buyers stepping in over there. All right, now we're quickly just going to go over these things. All right, I guess we'll go over SMH first here. You are continuing to sell. You came back to this 243.85 breakout level. You're also right there at the daily 9. You could get buyers stepping right here. Under there, you have 237.55, and resistance, if you bounce here, is 250.85. NVDA, this is one, I was pointing out, not necessarily that this is kind of, unfilled structure or anything like we have a lot of these other levels being, all right? Like we expect reactions here. There has been another test. We expect reaction there. This is just strictly a level that I was seeing get a lot of reactions. So if you couldn't hold 120.79, I was saying we probably at least get I think it was a $3 to $5 bounce I was saying, or just reaction in general off this 118 level. What do we have right here? 3 schmeckles, okay? Maybe I was just saying $5. I don't remember. Regardless, that was the level we were looking for a reaction off of. You got that reaction off of it. I don't know if this is going to be a dead cat bounce or not. I really have no idea. But, we do overwhelmingly have a bullish look here. I do think eventually this is going to make its way up to the upper trend line of this pennant and break out of that. Then you're watching the above levels. Okay. So that was NVIDIA. Now we're over here on AVGO. AVGO is retesting this zone here in between 166.85 and 172.42. That is your double bottom neckline. All right. So expect buyers to step in somewhere here. If you can't hold 166.85, we're coming down to 161.36. That's the next support. But more likely, you're going to find buyers in the zone, and then we're going to come back up here to 180.25 and then 185.16. That's AVGO. AMD, I'm just going to come over here, the weekly time frame, massive bull flag going on. You're right here at the the upper trend line there. Technically do have a break and retest going on here. You're also coming back down to that 162.04 level. That is your fresh breakout level. But I want it down here. I would like it at 153.64 to 157.05. That is the zone that probably will bring a bullish reaction. And I would like it for a move back up to these gray levels here, 162.04, 168.73, and then 174.53. I do think at the end of the day, it's going to come up here. But if you just take your golden pocket, we're kind of right in there. And this is the spot we don't expect to do much in, all right, except consolidate or pull back. And then we get the opportunity on that pullback, and then we could play that. All right, but as of right now, it's not really giving us much to do right there. SMCI, guys, I'm still just going to say don't touch this piece of poop. Apparently, there are people on Twitter that really like Boeing. All right, Boeing and Oxy, but Boeing specifically. People are getting emotional over me calling it a garbage stock. I am just going to share my thoughts, guys. When you hear me call something a garbage stock, it means we're not going to get any clear edge on it. We're not going to get anything to play off of it. It's a garbage stock. You should leave it alone. You don't have to personally leave it alone. You could do whatever you want. But I'm telling you right now, we do cover, I'll just count them out. We cover pretty much the top traded 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. All right, so about 20 stocks. And then we have the Bitcoin stocks that we cover almost every day here. Well, actually, every day here. We don't need to be watching the crap stocks that, like, maybe they give us this move. All right, 30% move. But, from an investor perspective, what about AMD? AMD, first of all, it's looking sexy. We know it's actually moving. And, off the highs, it's 38% away. I'm just going to say BA is a piece of crap, and we all know it fundamentally keeps having these problems. Just, every time it just keeps a problem pops up. All right. That gives us another big drop. There's absolutely no reason to touch this thing. Yes, it's in the spot here that buyers are going to be stepping in. With all likelihood, it steps in over here. All right. But, chances are it's just going to be dancing around here. Maybe it slowly comes under 146, and then boom, we're coming down here. Do you want to risk that? Do you want to be in that? No. At some point, we're going to get buyers stepping in. And then you could see over here, if you want to really watch it, you have this downtrend. All right. You will get a setup to play over here on Boeing, and it's not present right now. There's absolutely no reason to do anything with this stock. It is a piece of crap stock. It keeps going down / doing absolutely nothing. We cover the top traded stocks on this channel. So when you see me refer to, or when you hear me refer to something as a garbage stock, just don't, there's no reason to touch the garbage stock because it's not moving. That's the only thing that makes it garbage, is it doesn't have predictable price action. That's why it's garbage. All right. Over here, you tested where buyers were probably going to start stepping in. You also had this downtrend. You want to see why this is a garbage stock? All right. Because your boy Henry played it. All right. And your boy Henry got trolled. All right. Any bullish setup I've spotted over the past 6 months plus, all right, since this whole time have been creamed. All right. So why is it a garbage stock? Because it's unpredictable. It's unpredictable. You want to invest, you want to trade, and you want to be successful, you're going to need an edge. This chart offers nobody any edge, and nobody can tell me there is an edge. Boom. That was easy. That is what makes up a garbage stock, something that we can't predict. And you could say, oh, you just have to wait for price action. You don't predict anything. Guys, at the end of the day, technical analysis is predicting everything. All right? Like, there's no way you can have technical analysis without trying to predict where price is moving. It's odds. It's probability. You see this, you see current price action give you something, you know that it's likely leading towards something else. That is, it's predictive in nature. This stock offers you nothing in that sense. All right, moving on. I know I went on a little rant. SMCI, garbage stock. Why, I don't even want to touch the SMCI. I don't want to talk about it. Okay. MU, you're coming back to 104.76 support. You're finding buyers there, but more likely, I think you're coming down to 97.69. I'd like to buy that thing down at 97.69. I'll remind everyone that premiums were juiced. They were apparently juiced for a good reason. We got a big old gap over here, 15%. So you saw some gains off that. Maybe you took your profits, but now, guys, premiums aren't going to be juiced. So on this pullback, I want to remind everyone the premiums have been killed. Earnings just happened. And yeah, I think we're seeing a move up here to 127.27, 130 plus over there. And that is a ways away. All right. And, Boeing, I was just talking about a 30% move. You want a 30% move, wait to buy it here, play it up here, 30% move. Investor status. Yes. Does not matter if you're traded. Does not matter if you're an investor. Treat them the exact same. I think anybody who is a trader and then moves into investing later in their life and throughout their life, I think you have a much better time than the investor who has never tried trading and did not, continuously see these active stocks and their predicted patterns. I'm just saying that is how that's going to go. If you are an investor, you know that on this pullback, we could buy that and you have a likelihood of seeing that move. That's 30%. Okay. Well, if you haven't, maybe you're just looking at this thing. And keep in mind, that is a spot I just point out, MU, that probably will bring a bullish reaction. Over here, the investor that knows, oh, this company's not going anywhere, you just want to buy this thing because it's probably going to get bought up over here. But at the end of the day, you don't know if it's going to get bought up here. You don't. We clearly just saw MU has the momentum there. It's starting back up. This pullback is a buying opportunity. So you know what? I'm sorry, another rant. I look at all of this the same, okay? Investor, trader, don't matter. At the end of the day, we're looking at charts, we're looking at price action, and, it doesn't matter. It just really depends on your time horizon that makes you the trader versus investor. And both of them should be looking at the exact same things, all right? Me looking at Goog down here, this was, investor pants. I'm not going to say I went and bought shares. No, I put 5K in calls, all right? This is over here, all right? As the investor or trader, you should be looking at the exact same thing. Daily RSI is oversold. Break and retest off of previous all-time high. Weekly, candle forms like this. You should be looking at the exact same thing. It does not matter your time horizon there. The same thing brought you into the stock. All right, end of rant. Moving on, okay? Moving on. I know we're touching MU over here, right? We're talking about this guy. 104.76 under there. We watch a 97.69. Above there as resistance, you're going to have 111. And then above there, 121.01, then 127.27. And I'll just reiterate what I just said. This move just started. You have a double bottom. Your neckline is 111. You get back above there. This thing's coming to 130. All right, ARM, I like it on this pullback. This dip is going to be a buying opportunity with all likelihood. You did not test the 0.618 fib, but you got very close to it, which tells me you are probably going to get a higher low on this pullback and then push them up. All right. If price does pull back into 135.41, expect buyers there. That is, the top of where you're consolidating up here. So what was supply over here should turn into demand. That's where we're looking at. ESM pullback equals buying opportunity. Currently testing that uptrend. And, I'm not going to say in the short term it looks too good, but, from an objective stance here, inverse head and shoulders neckline, this is your 172.45 to 175.44 zone. That's where you want to see buyers stepping in. I like it. All right. That's how I'm looking at it. I'm expecting a higher low I don't think price is going to come back underneath 166.36 here. I think we end up finding a higher low and then pushing back up to 193.47. Doesn't have to be exactly how that goes, considering we do have a large upper wick on last week's candlestick. But, I think price is either going to do what I just described, quickly shoot back up here, or you consolidate around here and then eventually make your way up to 193.47. All right. Regardless, I think 193.47 isn't coming over the coming weeks. All right. We did not talk about the big boys. Let's talk about the big boys, the FANG stocks. We'll talk about the one that's actually seeing strength right now. Relative strength in this weak market is Apple. We have Apple, Google, and Meta. Those are the things with relative strength right now. We're going to talk about Apple first. Guys, all right. Fresh breakout. You get a daily close above this downtrend. Target 237.23. That is what I will be looking for. And I do think it is going to be hit in the short term. I think we have another, we got a ripperoonie here coming. All right, as long as you get this daily close. But right now, it's looking freaking phenomenal. All right, so above 232.92, you have nothing until 237.23. Microsoft, what do we got going on? All right, you're just literally in this heavily traded zone here. You're still finding buyers at the bottom of the zone at 425.86. If you took this entry over here off that, all right, maybe you didn't sell over here. I'm going to tell you, I still think we're going to come up here to this high. It is what it is, okay? I do think you're getting that other opportunity. If it does not find buyers right here pushing it back up, I think we probably come down to 419.88. At that point, we probably are coming down to 416.40 and tapping that 0.618 fib, testing that golden pocket. Not saying that happens, but it is very clear here. This is the spot you got to hold, or you are going down here. Okay, this is the spot that either it has the key for up there or down here. It's one or the other here. Okay, so you know exactly what to watch. I got my alert set to see if it's going. Even though we took it out, I didn't get my alert hit. We will see. Or we will see if you get buyers stepping in over here. But I do want to remind everyone, I think this dip right here, it's that buying opportunity. It doesn't really get much more obvious than this. QQ broke above the 0.786 fib already. We know with all likelihood it's coming up to the all-time high. You rejected here. You got above it over here. I know you're back into it. I understand. The dip is a buying opportunity with all likelihood. SPY, dip is a buying opportunity with all likelihood. We're looking to buy the main components on the dip, which one of those is MSFT, Microsoft. Okay, that is that. You're also consolidating right around that daily 9, which is perfectly normal. Now, I'm going to tell you right now on this dip, this is one I really freaking hope we continue this dip. Amazon has trolled me. All right. Nah, I've trolled myself with Amazon. I was impatient. And, nah. All right. Rocky ride over here on Amazon. It's okay. It served us right earlier in the year. But you know what? I wish I would have caught that whole move right there. Regardless, you're coming in, and this is the potential re-entry here for that move up to all-time highs. Well, first up to 195.37 again. You could see the gray levels. You could see the trade plan. Within here, that's your buy zone, all right, in between 178.90, because you have the 179.618 fib right down there, and then you also have 182.39 being your breakout level. That makes up the zone. That is the buy zone for the move back up here to 187.41, 190.60, and 195.37. But as of right now, guys, I don't know if you're going to get down here, at least not today. So I really hope we don't freaking just shoot it back up and give no opportunity for us here. I really hope, because I'm not one to, I don't want to buy right here. I don't. I want to buy down here. And you know what? Yeah, I really hope they don't stop it right there halfway in its tracks in reverse course. I really hope. Good, guys, this is one. I don't know if we're getting the pullback or not to 160, 163. It was looking like we probably were after Friday's candlestick, but hey, price still wants to come up and test 166.61. We found sellers around there today. You get a daily close above 166.61. We're coming to 170.41, and then we probably head up to 176. I really like this. Move has not actually happened yet. You're dancing around that weekly 9. All right, guys, around these 9 EMAs, you dance around it. Okay, you do not expect much. And, a perfect example of this, 15-minute 9 EMA. Don't expect ever much around this thing, okay? You came back down to it. It's sitting right here. You got to fake out down there. You got to fake out up there. And then you came right back to it and dance around it some more, all right? This is kind of always how it's going to go. You're going to dance around this 15-minute 9 EMA no matter what. Sometimes you're going to just keep going. Most of the time, you do this exact thing and dance around it right there. Now what has happened? Price has gotten above it. You test your 0.786 fib. Price has now came back and it held. All right. If I had to guess, we're going to see this price action right here. All right. From here to up here. If I had to guess with how this thing is looking right now. All right. But, you know, it does set you up for a whole bunch of chop no matter what. So, you know, it's the same thing on the daily time frame when I say, hey, expect price to dance around these things, expect, you know, a reaction around them. Well, it's the same way on that 15-minute 9 EMA right there. I see it all the time over here on NQ. All right, now moving back over here to Goog. Support is 161.63. Not really sure if we're going to get that pullback, but that is the buying opportunity. That would be your, you know, where you kind of broke up from over there. All right, Meta. How are you looking, guys? You still got that double bottom over here, and this is still your neckline. 531.49 to 542.81. That is your neckline over here on Meta. And if you pull back into it, you better expect buyers to step in because you had a whole lot of consolidation and rejection around here. It is very likely that the supply will now be flipped into demand if we come back to retest it. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen, all right? But regardless, I think you're heading up to 600 beans over here on Meta. I don't know if it's going to pull back or not, but I'm just saying we're heading up to 600. Take out 577, expect to move to 580, and then, you know, you just follow along with the cycle levels above there. You got 585, 590, 595, 600. That big 600 round number right there, I think that is where we're headed. Ideally, we get a pullback over here 542.81. All right, support is 562.35, 554.19, and then what I just mentioned at 542.81. Resistance to 577.40. Tessie, all right, giving us a little ride over here, okay? I looked at this thing early this morning. I'm like, this thing's about to run to 271. No, I forgot. That's always gives the fake outs most of the time. Guys, if this pulls back, this is a buying opportunity. It's either going to be presented. The buying opportunity is either word fart, okay, or brain fart. No, my words couldn't keep up with my brain. That is that. Yeah, it's, you know, that buying opportunity is either going to present itself over here at 244.24 or 233.09. Best case scenario, we get 233.09, but I do not think that it's going to be the case. So I will be watching this right over here. And then above there, we have 251.53 as your first support here. If that's lost, we'll look for 244.24. All right, at the end of the day, it's probably heading up here. It has a monster set up here on the weekly chart, and I will keep reminding you guys of this. And boom. All right, now Bitcoin, how are we looking, guys? This is where our opportunity is right now. Okay, right now, you're getting your pullback right there. This is your buying, your long opportunities right here. I'm not saying to just go ahead and do it right here. Bitcoin is probably coming down here to 60.67K over here, 60,670. That's your next, you know, support. That's most recent breakout right there. All right, since you had the false breakout up here, you know, I'm just going to say you've already done this. You've gotten above there, which tells us we're probably coming up to 70K, all right, after this pullback. Coin over here has an absolute monstrous setup, and we're really just basing out over here. This pullback is your buying opportunity. I'm looking for 175.39, and then, yeah, the above gray levels over here can definitely be hit. 191.21, 209.80, and then 223.03. All right, on this pullback, we're either watching for buyers step in around 175.39 or 161.13. It's probably going to be one or the other. All right, solid shots right here. You have your daily 9 there. You got a breakout there. I would love it, but at the end of the day, it is going to fall Bitcoin, so we don't know how quick Bitcoin's going to finish this pullback. Coin, or not coin, MSTR, Mester. How are we looking, all right? You see my green circle right there? That's where I want it, 152.35. We see that. I will personally buy that thing. This is clear as day, the one with strength. All right. And I know we got earnings right over here, so premiums are going to be juiced up. But this is the one with strength. This is the one where if we see the bull shut up here, I think it's safe to pull a trigger on that with, you know, in the short term. Okay. So less time on that. Maybe we won't have to experience the pumped contracts over here. You know, we won't have IV all pumped up for earnings. You play the October expiration if we get this pullback beforehand. All right, so if Bitcoin really does pull back here, MSTR should be over here. All right, and from that point, you have your daily 9 over there. Maybe we get a hammer right here, and then we look for a move back up here to 183.70. I really like this thing. It's just got to pull back. You have no reason to buy it without that pullback. Okay, do whatever you want, though. Keep that in mind. Do whatever you want. No financial advice on this channel. Over here on Mara, guys, you are getting a deeper pullback, which is why I'm not going to be touching this thing to play Bitcoin. I'm just not going to, all right? This and CLSK, I don't see a reason to. Coin and MSTR, these are the tickers that are running with Bitcoin. These are the things that we know if Bitcoin moves, these are going to be getting some clean moves with it. I want to know if I get a move right, I'm making money off of it. I can't tell you I'm confident on that over here on Mara and CLSK. I just can't. All right, CLSK, yes, it has the fresh downtrend break, but you're just not respecting what I want to see. And for that reason, I'm gonna say you look weak, and I don't like it. Okay, Mara, how are you looking over here? You're pulling back into the golden pocket here, so that's good. All right, you're finding buyers so far. You got the daily 9 sitting right there. Did not hold that 1672 breakout level like I was hoping for, though. We'll just actually create a zone here. All right, so that's the zone you want to be holding. It looks like you still are probably going to come up to 1884, but if Bitcoin keeps pulling back, we're coming over to Bitcoin again. I know I'm switching a lot of charts, but stay patient with me. All right, if this thing gets down here, guys, Mara over here is probably coming here down to here. I'm going to be completely honest. This thing clearly has not been, experiencing the Bitcoin pump. Okay, yeah, it's had these little moves, but that's crap. Do you see what MSTR did? Do you see what Bitcoin did? It went straight up. Coin barely moved with it. Bunch of these barely moved with it. Guys, what happened? I told you at the beginning of the video, NQ was eventually going to get out of that chop fest we were having. It just happened. We just are breaking out of that chop fest right now as we speak. This is where we now can get a trending move to the upside. All right. So now what are we going to be paying attention to, guys? Let's just go over it real quick. All right. First things first. Pull back into here. Opportunity. That's your long opportunity is your 2 minute and the 2 minute and 3 minute 9 EMAs. When price is above this 5 minute 9 EMA, that is when it is safe to buy that pullback. That is how I see it. And we weren't getting any of that up here because as you could see, there's a whole lot of crap. Okay. But now we likely start the trending move. And that is the move that I shine in. That's the move that I like to play. All right. Look for the pullback here. Probably do find buyers over there. Regardless, the fact that we now have this breaking above here tells us we probably do see a move here. Pullback or not, we probably do see a move here. So this pullback right here, it's a buying opportunity for the move up to 22.6250. But if you test there, you probably come up here at 22.87. That's how I'm seeing it in real time. All right, guys, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I really do. We got some juicy things here going on, but at the end of the day, we're still in a spot that I say there's not much to do, so I will give my reminder there, okay? But also, I will just leave out the video here, or I'll end the video with, guys, this pullback equals buying opportunity for a bigger move up. This pullback over here, buying opportunity for that. Okay. With that being said, I will catch y'all in the next one. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate your time. And I will catch you in the next one. Guys, go click the link down below for the Twitter. Okay. And you can come get updates intraday over here. I will be posting 2 to 3 charts a day, sometimes more. And yeah, go get some extra content over there on the fly. All right, guys. Catch you on the next one. Peace.